Hello guys, welcome to another painting. Thank you for choosing my channel. This is the sketch I'm working with, and you will see the list of the colors to the left and a photograph of the finished painting up there. You see my palette to the right, and I'm gonna go ahead and work with the sky first and move from background to the foreground. And move the paint around. This is just a base coat for the sky. Maybe I bring a touch of ultramarine blue just to make that a bluish gray. Maybe a hint of blue in the sky. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry, and then we're gonna come back to it and work on it again a bit more. So I'm gonna switch to a filbert brush. I'm gonna pick up some of that gray, put it on my palette, maybe some ultramarine blue, and we're gonna have white, titanium white. And I'm gonna work with the gray and the white and work on the sky. Maybe even some ultramarine blue here and there. Maybe some of the sky is peeking through. But mostly an overcast. I'm applying a lot of white now on the canvas, some of that blue, more white, some of that gray. I'm gonna bring in my blender brush and just go ahead, tap. This brush is dry. Get the excess paint off of it and go ahead, tap again. Some of that ultramarine blue, maybe a touch of black, and we're going to go ahead work on this mountain. This will be the dark tone for this mountain. Maybe some lighter color. It's gonna be a snow covered, so now while this paint is workable, meaning it hasn't dried yet, I'd like to go ahead and apply some impression of or illusion of mist at the bottom of this mountain. And the way I do that, I pick up some white and just tap, so dropping that white paint at the base of this mountain, not so much. And I pick up my blender brush and very lightly just go over that area in a circular fashion and create some impression of some misty base to this mountain. Now you can use dry brush technique as well to do this, meaning you can let the paint dry and then use some dry brush technique, but this is another way. Is this the best way? I don't know. Some more white paint. Clean your brush, blender brush that is, and just bring this white into the base of the mountain, just like so, very lightly, no pressure, and just pull up like that. And create some illusion of mist at the bottom of that mountain. Back to our ultramarine blue and white. I'm gonna make some shadow color for that snow on the mountain. I'm using ultramarine blue. You could use any other blues like cobalt blue or phthalo blue. And with my filbert brush, I'm just going to go ahead and apply some impression of snow on this side of the mountain, which is going to be the shadow side. And I'm not going to kill all that dark. I'm intentionally going to miss a few spots, like so. And as I move down into my mist, I can go ahead and use same technique with that brush. Just press like that and soften and blend that shadow color into the misty base of the mountain. Now I'm going to pick up some white. And I'm going to come up here, same technique, leave some of that dark, and apply some impression of the snow on the highlighted part of the mountain. And this mountain is a little more into the distance, so not so much texture. Maybe this side is getting some shadow, and some more white. Into the distance, and just press, tap, tap, tap. I'm going to pick up some black, same brush. I'm going to pick up some of that, some of my Prussian blue, and we're going to come up here and apply some dark tone for this mountain. This is gonna be a little bit closer, so I'm gonna go a bit darker. it's gonna fade away in there. So finishing with the mountain, just apply the dark tone like so, really no perfection. And we're gonna go ahead create some mist at the bottom, same idea. I'm gonna apply some white paint. Again, I have to mention that you can use dry brush technique for this part as well, but this is just quicker and easier. I'm gonna start from this corner and just pull this into the landscape. And just go ahead and in a circular fashion clean your brush, because your brush is going to pick up paint. Just time to time unload all that paint and do it over. Now I'm going to bring some of that paint intentionally onto here because I'm going to have some trees over here, and just very lightly I'm going to pull up, just like that, creating some mist. I'm going to pick up a little more white and tap here, and same idea, very lightly. Maybe a little bit more white, maybe here. Now I'm going to pick up my ultramarine blue. I have some over there as well. Some white. Same idea. I'm going to go ahead and make some shadow color for the snow. And I'm going to come up here. I don't have too much paint on my brush. I'm going to come up here and apply some shadow color for some impression of snow in the shadow side. Again, leave some of that dark. Allow the paint to break. Like so. As you see, I'm not allowing full coverage over here. Show some of that dark. I'm gonna pick up some white make some highlight color, and maybe come up here, apply some white. The tip of the mountain, I'm gonna just go ahead and paint because I don't want that dark against the sky. But I'm gonna show some of that dark as I move down. And this paint is going to go right into the misty area, and we're just going to go ahead and tap and just bring it in into the misty area and fade it away. And we're going to go ahead with some highlight color for that mountain over here, and we're going to bring that snow into this. As I'm pulling the paint down, it will naturally break against the tooth of canvas. And we can go ahead and create some highlights and details. I'm going to use some of that blue over here. Go ahead and just fade it away. Tap on it. Push it into the misty background. Some of that white. Creating some texture here. Some white. We're not gonna have tremendous amount of light here because it's an overcast sky. Maybe some light is peeking through, especially from here. You know, we have the blue. Maybe some sky is showing, and well, some sky is showing for sure, but maybe some light is coming through, hitting a few spots. So I'm going to continue doing this, and I'm bring you back for the trees and the landscape itself. But basically it's same idea. If you want any take-home message from this part, don't kill all the darks, leave some of that dark, and that's the only take-home message from this part. And the technique is fairly easy. Alright, with the ultramarine blue and maybe a touch of black and some white, we're gonna come here and up with the same brush, the Freebird brush. I'm gonna come over here and indicate a few trees in the distance just by tapping. And maybe a few here as well. You could do this with fan brush as well. Now I'm going to pick up some white, some of that ultramarine blue, and basically I'm going to go over these trees, impression some snow. Again, not getting rid of all that dark, preserving some of that dark. Very distancy looking trees, snow covered. Now I'm going to pick up some of that ultramarine blue again, some of that white again, and come up right at the base of these trees and apply some impression of snow. At least the shadow color. And pick up a small blender brush and just go ahead, tap, and just blend the base of these trees with that color. We don't want hard edges. So just like that. Gotta work quickly while that paint is workable. Some more white, some more ultramarine blue. We're gonna have a big tree over here, so and I'm gonna use my larger mop brush and go ahead, apply some ultramarine blue down here. Some more whites, maybe right around here. We have some light showing, I don't know, maybe some around here, this area. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead, move to the foreground with a flat brush, some ultramarine blue, and the lay of the land is gonna be probably this way. Maybe a small hill. Like so. And obviously it's going to be snow covered, and we're going to have a couple of trees here and maybe a few over there. Just going to go ahead, apply the underpainting for it, some blue, some ultramarine blue. It's no big deal. I'm going to switch to a fan brush. I'm going to pick up some of that ultramarine blue, some black, get a darker mix, and I'm going to come over here and indicate a few trees. Probably we're gonna have maybe 2 or 3 over here, 2 more over here, 5 trees. I'm gonna do a few with you, and then the rest I'm gonna do off camera. Same process for all of them. I bring it down here, maybe, well, let's do this one first. With the corner of the brush, I'm just gonna go ahead and indicate a few branches. I'm gonna have a lighter touch on top here, and then as we move down, we're gonna get a little bit heavier touch and larger leaves and branches. Like so. Again, no big deal. Most of you guys know how to paint an evergreen tree using a fan brush. So apply some dark. Some more ultramarine blue and black. I'll bring it down here and continue with the lay of the land. Let's do one more, maybe a little bit taller. And same idea. Just corner of the brush. Zigzag motion. And give a few, some character, like here, you know. And maybe this one is just dropping downward like this. Excuse me. And we're gonna do a small one over here. Same idea. And give a few of these branches some character, you know, like so. Alright, so I applied the dark tone for all of those trees. Now, since we are with this, since we have this black and ultramarine blue on the palette, let's go use that with a liner brush, I mean a round brush rather, And just for added interest, we're gonna go ahead and drop maybe a couple of fence posts over here. Maybe old rustic fence post. Maybe one is even tilting this way. Maybe one missing and another one here. And we're gonna later on go ahead and highlight them. Maybe bring one over here. Bring it into this tree. Create some mystery. All right. And I'm not sure what you guys think, but I'm thinking maybe if we add two more over here, it kind of look nicer. Maybe something like this, and one behind that tree. This one comes this way. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and continue with the mid-tone for these trees. For that, I'm gonna use ultramarine blue and a round brush, small round brush, and also some white, of course, tint that blue. I'm going to start with this tree. We're not going to have much light in this painting, and if any light is coming through, it will hit probably the right side of these trees, and mostly this area. So I'm going to apply the mid-tone for now, and then later on we decide, you know, how much highlight we're gonna apply. And I'm just gonna tap like that. That's my brush. Sorry about the glare. And just gonna tap wherever I have some leaves and branches. Just leave some dark in between. Making some more that color. Just like so. I'm gonna decide that, so I'm gonna say maybe this tree in front of this tree. Let's just continue with this one. maybe this one also comes a bit closer. And we're going to go ahead and highlight this tree, or apply the mid-tone rather. Same idea, just leave some dark in between. Any advice on this painting these trees is keep that dark in between them and paint it in a way that you painted the branches. So when you apply the mid-tone and the highlights, just think of the branches, how they are forming. Now this tree is going to be in front of the other one, so we're going to go ahead and indicate that. I need a lighter highlight or lighter color for the mid-tone. Maybe here and there, just few touch-ups. Now we're going to make a lighter color of that ultramarine blue and apply some impression of highlights for the snow. Back to our ultramarine blue, and this time we're going to pick up more white, a lot more white. I don't want to go a straight white with the highlight, but I want it to be a lot lighter than that. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and apply some highlights on top over here on this side, just a bit. As I said, there's not much light in this painting. Soften a few. And whatever light exists in this painting is mostly coming this way, so and beside this tree, probably casting some shadow on that tree as well. And continuing the same idea, some minor highlights for this tree as well. Especially around here, there is some light around there. Continuing with the highlights. Like so. I like to use this smaller brush because it gives me more control. But if you're more comfortable using a fan brush or a bigger brush, that would do as well. Soften a few. Now with the same colors but a bigger brush, a mop brush or a blender brush, I'm gonna pick up some ultramarine blue now and some white, and I'm just gonna come over here and create some mid-tone for this land, this area. I'm just gonna basically tap like that, and preserve some of that darker tone, not much, and this will give illusion of some fluffy snow from here. Just tap like that. So at this stage, this is just busy work basically, not much to it. I'm just tapping right now. Maybe mix a little bit darker of blue by adding some black to it, and right underneath these trees go a bit darker. Alright, so with our mid-tone almost applied, now we're gonna go ahead, pick up more white, same brush, and I'm gonna come here and just apply some highlights to this snow, to this land, impression of the snow. And basically just tap like that. Create some fluffy look to the snow here. I'm going to bring the snow right to the fence. And just be mindful of the lay of the land, so keep your brush strokes that way. And we're going to go ahead and apply highlights on this snow. Right to this edge. That's all we need. Maybe a little more here. I'm going to pick up a liner brush. I'm going to pick up some of that blue. Maybe a touch of white. I'm going to make a darker value that we have over here. And you're going to go ahead, indicate a few shadows of these posts. On the snow. Maybe a little bit lighter. Now if we bring some more white in between, we can even exaggerate the impression of shadows. Back to our liner brush, maybe some white, get the same color. Okay, so we have the shadow of this one set. Now this post comes this way, so we're going to indicate the shadow accordingly. And this one moves this way, this one is higher. Maybe comes over here. I don't know. Don't have to be exact. Here we go. Alright, just a few more finishing touches here and there. When you do this at home, you can take your time, measure, whatever. Just make sure the direction of these shadows are all, the same. I'm not sure about this one. Is it the same angle? But you get the idea. I can go ahead and paint some white paint over here and redo it. But when you do it at home, just apply your white color over here, or white impression of the snow, and just make sure they are in same direction. I believe we are somehow okay, maybe a little off over here, but I'm just gonna leave it alone. Some more. So this is a bit taller, comes over here. This is a bit shorter, that has an angle. So this has an angle. That's okay if the angle of that and this one is different. Maybe get some white in here. And fix the angle of that one. Some white over here. Fix the angle of this one. You could easily fix it with some white. That's all. Now if I want to create a little bit more mist over here with dry brush technique, before we wrap up the painting, let me just show you this as well. I mean, I have demonstrated this technique in other videos, but you could pick up a brush like this, a mop brush, pick up some paint, in this case white, not too much, and basically you're gonna go ahead and scrub this paint. I have a little paint on my brush, if any, and basically you scrub it on the canvas, and with some dry brush technique you can go ahead, create some illusion of mist in this area, as you see, and soften a few of those background trees, just like so. You can create more misty look to your mountain. You can use the technique that I demonstrated earlier, or paint your mountain the way you do and just go ahead and bring in some white paint, scrub it like that, and some misty look, some fog, mist, whatever, maybe some over here. And just like so, you could create some mist in your painting. Now with that, we're almost done. We can wrap up the painting. I'm just gonna go ahead and mix in some of that ultramarine blue, some of that white. I'm just gonna go ahead and create some impression of snow on this fence post, maybe here and there. Leave some of the dark. Okay, don't keep all the dark. At the bottom, maybe a bit here and there, especially this one. Also in here, right on top. Just tapping some impression of snow here and there. Like so. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and call this painting complete. I had lots of fun painting it. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I hope you come back to my channel for more videos, and hope you like it enough to try it at home. I will see you guys hopefully soon with another painting. Take care and have fun painting.